What's up guys, it's your host Games and welcome to today's video. As you can see by the title and thumbnail of today's video, we're going to be looking at the big bad of Final Fantasy 15 himself, the man of no consequences, the Ardyn Izunia, former Ardyn Lucis Caelum. Like mentioned in our last Final Fantasy 15 video about how strong is Noctis, this title has some problems. But despite that and all the controversies, we want to know just how strong is he. This video will contain spoilers for the recently released Final Fantasy 15 Ardyn's episode DLC. That being said, let's hop right into today's video. We're going to be looking at everything that Ardyn has in his arsenal to determine his strength, these being the following: weapons, boss fights, and feats. Starting off with weapons, and Ardyn branches his sword, the Noctis blade. Alongside being a descendant of the Lucis Caelum line, he can wield the royal arms. Like mentioned in our How Strong is Noctis video, these are ancient weapons wielded by the old kings of yore and grant him incredible power. Ardyn also has the ability to transform people into demons or one-shot them with his finisher, which he then transforms them into weapons that float around him that he can then launch as projectiles at surrounding enemies. Ardyn also has the summon of a demon-fied Ifrit. Ifrit is one of the astrals, and Ardyn can summon him in a more traditional form or way than how Noctis summons his astrals. Moving on to boss fights, Ardyn only has like 5 boss fights, literally 5. In the Final Fantasy 15 Ardyn episode DLC, Ardyn fights against Ifrit before defeating him and turning him into a demon. Ardyn eventually makes his way to the Crown City and launches attacks upon the city, eventually leads him to fighting Noctis' father, Regis Lucis Caelum, and defeating him. He then makes Regis summon Ardyn's brother Somnus Lucis Caelum, the first king of Lucis, as a mystic, which Ardyn then defeats him in battle. In the Final Fantasy 15 Ignis episode DLC, Ignis fights against Ravis, and then after Ardyn shows up, he equips himself with the Ring of the Lucii to combat against Ardyn. Ardyn, knowing that only those worthy can wield the ring, was surprised that Ignis was capable of doing such. However, it led to Ignis being permanently blinded. Last but not least, Ardyn then fights against Noctis, serving as the final boss for Final Fantasy 15, but he is eventually defeated by Noctis. Moving on to feats, and this is where Ardyn is the most impressive, hands down. Ardyn was chosen by the gods to heal those plagued with the Star Scourge, which turns people into demons, which he absorbs the Star Scourge into his body to become a Star Scourge incarnate. He helped the Empire develop the army of automata that utilizes magic technology. He murdered Noctis' fiancée, Lady Lunafreya Nox Fleuret. With the power of the kings in his bloodline, he has access to warping and phasing through solid matter, summoning weapons from thin air, and wielding the royal arms, as well as his own variant called the Noctis blade. He uses Amagur in various ways and can also manifest the giant red scythe. Ardyn can cast powerful magic such as striking down bolts of lightning, summoning blizzards, and casting of fiery explosions, all without magic flasks or needing to collect energy from elemental deposits. He primarily controls elements of darkness, but can also fire laser beams and summon a barrage of meteorites. He can momentarily transform into the miasma to use the teleport and to fly, a feat independent of his ability to warp. Ardyn can temporarily halt time and assume the form of another, distorting others' perception of reality to create illusions, as seen when he did against Prompto and Noctis on top of the train. He is immortal as he heals faster than the Star Scourge can turn him into a demon. Has an ability called Shadow Step that allows Ardyn to turn basically invisible, that allows him to fly and get behind enemies without taking damage. If his health reaches 0, he can resurrect himself and get stronger. He was destined by Bahamut, the Blade Astral, to spread darkness and demons upon the land of Eos so that Noctis could defeat him and end the world of darkness. So how strong is Ardyn? Ardyn is arguably the second strongest character in Final Fantasy 15 universe. It's either him or Noctis. He was capable of taking over the Crown City and plunging the world into darkness for 10 years until Noctis was strong enough to defeat him. Can turn anyone into a demon and gaining control over them. He survived being inside the crystal multiple times. It was only killed when Noctis sacrificed himself to destroy him alongside the old kings of yore inside the crystal. So if you guys like this video and you want to see more amazing Final Fantasy content, make sure to give this video a like, subscribe for future videos. This has been your host, Games. Bye.